Hello, it's me. I'm late. I have Mitzi with me today. Well, she's always with me, technically. She's always in my room because she sticks to me like glue. She's actually more like a dog than a cat because she follows me everywhere and she loves me too much. Though I still somehow feel like I love her more than she loves me. Eh? So yes, this is late. I mean, I'm always late, but this is later than usual because I've been sick, still am sick, and it's been affecting my my voice, which it still is a little bit. It's still affecting my voice a bit, and my ears are blocked, and it's annoying. But I feel well enough to film a video now, so so yeah. As you can tell from the title of this video, I don't know what I'm doing in life in general. Yeah, I was racking my brains pretty much all week trying to think of what I wanted to make a video about next, because I mean I always have like various topics in mind, but I need that one that at that moment I know I have things to say about. So I didn't actually know what I was going to make this video about until it suddenly hit me like 2 hours ago, and I was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing in life. Let's make a video about that. So I think this is really a very kind of common thing with a lot of people in their 20s, because we're kind of brought up in a school system where we're brought up in an education system where we're told, get good grades, go to uni or whatever, get a job and you'll be set. But that isn't really how things work anymore. It may have been more true for previous generations, but first of all, there's a lot of people that come out of uni with certain qualifications and then they can't get a job with their degree, and their degree essentially ends up being fairly useless. That's not quite the route I went down. First of all, my education was in France. The French education system does work a bit differently. First of all, in France they have baccalaureate. Well, I don't know how you guys would pronounce it in the UK. Baccalaureate. We have baccalaureate, and then once you've completed your baccalaureate, which is essentially your GCSEs, A-levels, blah, 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 you have the options of you can stop there, which is advised that you do not do that, or you can go to university and continue sort of more general education, or you can do something like a BTS, which stands for Brevet Technicien Supérieur, and a BTS is quite specialised in certain things. So mine was in managerial support, assistant manager, which I don't actually know if that one even exists anymore. I think they might have literally removed that specific course and it's something a bit more general now. I don't know. But basically my whole education has always been in administration, and all my jobs so far have been administrative jobs, and I essentially just ended up going down that path because I thought I don't know what I want to do. And this is probably one of the issues with the education system. They want you to essentially choose what you're going to do. And yeah, the problem with making people choose essentially what they want to do early on is that people don't know what they want to do in their teens and even in their 20s. I mean, I don't know what I want to do. The only thing that I have come to understand is that I do not like the 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, whatever structure of you go to work in this office every day from a set time to a set time, 8 hours, and you're there all day, you sit at your desk, you push buttons on your keyboard, you do things, and then you come home, get up the next morning, go to the exact same place again, rinse, repeat, and you just, it's an endless cycle, endless repetitive cycle. So I know that I don't like that. And I also, I think a lot of young people are kind of questioning as well, why do we have to work for other people for really low wages, for really shit money? There's no other real way of putting it. On the salaries that we have, we can't afford to buy our own place, most of us. I think a lot of people in their 20s, we're trying to figure out what we want to do. We're still trying to figure out who we are. I'm 28, so my brain is now fully developed, because apparently our brains are developed by the age of 25. Did I feel any different when I hit 25? No. Do I feel any different at the age of 28 compared to how I felt at the age of 25? Not really. I am aware that I've changed. Not like who I am as an individual, but there's definitely aspects of me that have changed. I don't seem to have the same level of energy or enthusiasm to interact with people that share the same interests as me as I did in my early 20s. In my early 20s, I was really excited about the fact that, oh my God, there's all these people that share the same interests as me on the internet. And now I'm like, stay away from me. Yeah. Also, my taste in things have changed. I mean, music is the one thing in my life that's probably been the most constant. I've always loved music. And it's always been one of my main escapes and kind of coping mechanisms, really. But my taste in music has changed a lot because, as I said, so from the ages of 16 to 25, 26, I was really into K-pop. Then, over the last 2 years, it's like I've almost completely lost interest in K-pop. I still casually listen to it, but very rarely. I'm a lot more into things like rock music now, which if you'd have told me when I was 16 that at the age of 28 I would be into rock music, I would not have believed you. Especially if you were to tell me that I'm now into metal. Because I am. Not like certain metal bands, at least. I do like a few metal bands, but I would not have liked metal at all as a 16-year-old, so I don't know. People change and evolve a lot, you see. And because throughout your 20s you're changing and evolving a lot and discovering new things about yourself, and sometimes your tastes change because you discover things, you discover a new band, or you discover, I don't know, this whole other genre of media or something that you hadn't really delved into before, and you discover that you like all of these things you didn't know. You're trying a lot of new things. Your tastes change a lot, and you find new interests, new passions, and some of your old interests and passions you leave behind. Or maybe they'll end up coming back round again. I find that some of my interests just kind of go dormant for a while and then they come back in quite an explosive manner, and I'm like, oh God. Please no. Basically what I'm trying to say is we are still discovering ourselves throughout our 20s, so I think it's quite normal that we feel very lost. And also, with the way our society is constructed, where society is built in a certain way, and we're always aware of, oh, this is what we're expected to do. We're expected to get a 9-to-5 job, to build up a fairly stable career, get a house or an apartment or something, get married, have kids. That's kind of the societal expectation or norms that you're very aware of growing up. I mean, that's what I assumed and expected my life would be like when I was in my teens. I was like, well, when I grow up, I'm going to get married and have kids and stuff. And as an adult, I'm 28 now, and I'm like, there's none of that's even on the horizon at all. But also, throughout your 20s, you start kind of discovering that actually there's a lot of different options for you, and you don't have to follow this set path that you were basically brought up to believe you had to follow. And then you kind of realise, oh, there's actually a bunch of different options. And then maybe that's kind of overwhelming in a way, because you're presented with all of these alternate lifestyles that you may not have even known are a thing, but now you are, and you're like, wait a minute, I can live like that. I didn't even think that was a possibility. And and because of the internet, we're introduced to people that live very different lifestyles, and I think it's a good thing. But obviously, it then means that you're confronted with all of these possibilities, and then you kind of start to ask yourself, okay, so what is it that I actually want to do? And I ask myself this question a lot, and I still don't know. All I know is I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job, because I do not like it. And it's not just because my previous job that I quit a few weeks ago was toxic. I've known this for a few years. Like the last 3 years in particular, I think I've been like, is this really what my life is going to be? Just going to this same place, or just going to a place day in, day out for 8 hours, doing what they want me to do, and then just clocking out, coming home, getting up the next day, doing the same thing. It's always very uninspiring work, and I'm not interested, because it's not really work that benefits me. The only benefit I get out of it is money, and it's not very good money. And And I'm aware that it doesn't, that the majority of the benefit of my labour that I give to this company, the person that sees the benefit is the person who's at the head of the company. It's not me. I don't really see the benefit or receive the benefits of my labour when I work for another company. Because all the benefits, like I said, they're going to the head of the company. I'm not really, I start to look at the system we have and feel like it's a bit of a scam, really. It feels like a scam the more I think about the system that we have. What do you mean I have to come here every day for 8 hours and you pay me a measly amount of money that doesn't even allow me to have my own assets and live an independent life that's fairly comfortable, I'm not asking for much. I don't care. I've never cared about money a lot. I don't want to be rich. In fact, I genuinely don't want to be rich. The idea of being rich kind of freaks me out a bit, because if you have loads of money, the thing is, I'm very aware that a lot of money leads to greed and losing touch with what's actually important in life, and I don't want that to happen to me. I keep talking and then forgetting where I was. So I have started to become quite aware of the things I definitely don't want to do. But as for what I want to do, I don't really know. I'm kind of at a point where I'm just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, That's how you grow and learn more things about yourself as a person, is by just trying things, throwing things at the wall, seeing what sticks, what doesn't. Try and find out what you enjoy what you don't enjoy, what you like, what you don't like. Life is all just this process of getting to know yourself more and more. And I don't think you can ever truly define yourself properly, as I definitely don't like this, and I definitely like that, and I definitely don't like that, and I definitely don't want to do this ever, you know, because people change. And like I said, throughout my 20s, I've changed a lot. So there's things that I did not like that I like now. And because we're always changing, this societal structure where you're kind of expected to just pick a career and stick with it doesn't really work, because people are always changing. And what we want to do with our lives changes, because we enter different life stages, different chapters. And so I think a lot of us feel quite lost, because we feel this pressure of, I need to figure out what I want to do. And I think over the last few years, I've realised, actually, you know what? I don't know what I want to do, and it doesn't matter. I've always kind of been a bit of a go with the flow kind of person anyway. I don't like a load of structure. I don't like having things specifically defined as, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and this is how things are going to be. I've never liked that. And so I'm quite comfortable with just seeing where life takes me. But the uncertainty and instability of all of that is also kind of scary. Because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. But something I have started to do is really question, when I'm making decisions, is that what I want to do, or is it what I feel or believe I should do? Because there's a difference between actually wanting to do something and believing it's what you should do. It's very different. And throughout my 20s, I've made a lot of decisions based on what I believed I should be doing. And I wouldn't say I necessarily regret it, but I've started changing my approach a bit, where I'm questioning, okay, that's what I believe I should do, because that's basically what society has instilled into me. But is it what I want? Is it what I want? Is it what's going to make me happy? So if you feel lost, me too. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a plan. I'm just winging it. I've always been a person who just wings everything in my life. And if you're like me, then let's just wing it together. Things will work out somehow, you know. I will see you in my next video, and I don't know what it's going to be about, because all of these videos I've been winging it, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and then suddenly I just get this idea of like, oh, I want to talk about this. So, but yeah, see you. Bye bye.